players normally vote upon.
I also feel like Billowy has not been playing well recently at all as well. He's on a big losing streak. He has that downwards purple arrow as well. And to be fair, KassiA, you know, he's slowly starting to look better and better. And
he did get that builder win.
Yeah, he did get the tempo bailing on the, the builder win. I mean, it's a good thing, but it doesn't really indicate much at all.
Yeah, it's not as important as the game against Bill where he was ahead but wasn't able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, I just think about like pure PvZ on Habitation Station. I think about Billowy overall against KassiA. I would rate him as a better player, so that's why I pick him.
Yeah, it's a very safe choice.
Well, he's 4-5. He lost his last 4 games though, and he's only 1-1 versus Zerg. The games where Billowy really made a name for himself were in the round 2 and in times, you know, during the playoffs and towards the very end of that, where he and Tails kind of popped in as the Protoss brothers who just do crazy builds. I mean, this guy is a known cheeser, in fact. He's a known cheeser.
He's on that list. He's there. Definitely.
We'll find out if he's going to go ahead and take that gold base or not. This could be the last map of the night if KassiA is not able to force the ace match.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Up here in the top left, in the purple for Prime, the Zerg player, he is KassiA.
And over here in the teal, the right side, formerly known as Lure, former OGS player, it's Billowy. And they should know that KassiA is a former FOU player as well, on the clan, not on the team.
I actually have played KassiA an incredible amount on the ladders.
Is he, like, you mean recently or like back in the day?
Maybe 6 months ago.
Okay.
So probably back in the day.
Was he still running the FOU tag?
Because
a lot of people actually love to leave their old clan names and not use the name change.
No, actually, he was purely KassiA when I played him.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we had a lot of good games. Just a little bit of a, you know, I didn't actually really have anything to add to that. But
I mean, I thought you were going to give some
insight. I'm sorry. Well, he was pretty good, but it didn't feel like I was playing like against Life or anything like that. So
this is when Moonlight's like, well, the thing is, I wasn't playing Protoss, so it doesn't actually matter for this match.
Yeah, that's actually true too. That's actually true too. Yeah. I don't know. It's fun to see like these players that I used to play against back when I was laddering a crazy amount.
I think that's like why I have such a big close connection with the players who are doing well in like 2010, because I used to I was actually hitting some of them on the ladder. A lot of the Next players and the Xenex guys that came out, I would hit them on the ladder all the time because they were probably like the lowest of the high masters players on Korea that I would like hit really often. So I have like a bit of a connection to that. And oh, look at this!
Yeah, well, we see a drone scout, and he sees that this is gateway, so he's gonna go straight into the hatch first at the gold. Very nice.
Like it.
Very nice. Very greedy.
You know, as they say, go for the gold.
Go for gold. Go for gold, mate.
Like as they say,
I don't think that's part.
It's a strain, mate.
As they say, defo go for the gold, mate.
Defs go for the gold.
I'm
so
keen as this Arvo to go.
You want to go the Sabo for gold, mate?
I'm keen.
Keen as, man.
Mate, we can talk a strain all day if you like.
Yeah, meet me at Macker's.
Well played. Well played.
They should have like an Australian version of the Hearthstone emotes. Like, instead of well played, it's like, good on you, mate. Like
fair dinkum. Yeah.
Is there a word for like when you make a mistake, like that was a mistake, or oops? Is there like an Australian version of this term? Like,
what would you say if you made a mistake?
well, there's like crikey, which is like,
crikey.
We have the gold base being taken here from Billowy, but yeah, I just imagine like Garrosh is just like, oh, crikey.
I can see it for sure. I actually like that a lot. It could get a lot worse though. If we think about some other Australian language used, but no, you could definitely do a soundboard for Hearthstone. I would like that.
Someone's got to do that, like, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Please, I would love it. Someone at least like give me the words, and we'll have Mooglade voice act it tomorrow. All right, so things are actually shaping up to be pretty good, actually, for, in my opinion, Billowy right now, because he has the gold base up, and it's going to be. Oh, he needs to pull that mothership core away.
Yeah, a little bit of harassment. Trading with the queen there. But yeah, his reaction to seeing that hatch first at the gold is to get his own at the gold.
And I think the Protoss favors or gets a little bit more benefit from this off of 2 base versus like if Zerg 3 base with the gold, because he can make a lot of lings.
Yeah.
And a few more roaches, but
I mean, at the same time, I think we're going to see some 3-gate aggression here.
Yeah. It's looking like it. He's got those 3 gates so far. This one certainly in the main base seems being so annoying, but look at this. The pylon being scouted by KassiA. So huge. Going to delay this push by a lot.
Oh, that is huge.
You know what, man? This is what KassiA does. He's got such great ling control. He's like always spotting things on the mini-map.
He's got like
he really is
4
like in a
eyes
lot
now.
of ways. He's very similar to Life in a lot of ways. Like he will get those lings on the main and he will control them.
Yeah, he's really keeping in control with his Zergling. Finally goes down, but
oh no,
There's
over
no
here
wall.
the wall is not tight. And oh no, he could lose a sentry as well.
He's got a force field.
Okay.
He forces himself out.
He forces himself out and he's going to lose that sentry. Ling's still lurking around. This buys KassiA so much time to drone up right now. He's making only drones. Let's just make sure he's not too greedy, because that has been the bane of every player who's lost today.
yeah. But yeah, very nice Zergling play. Does a little bit of damage, not too much. More importantly, gets a lot of scouting in. And I still think we're going to see some 3-gate aggression here. So
Eventually, but it's
Yeah.
still very well delayed.
still very delayed. I mean, there is no Roach Warren just yet, which is like one of the biggest things. And we see 6 Zealots going across the map here. There could be
Yeah.
actually a lot of damage here.
This is
Oh
such
my
a crazy
God.
scenario.
Get right back into that gold base once again.
This is
I don't
so
know how that
important
wall
because
went
he needs time.
He needs so much time.
12 more lings on the way. Spinecrawler getting closer to finishing. Same with that Roach Warren. Every second that these Zealots walk away from that base is a win for KassiA. Now he surrounds him, forces a recall.
Wow. Okay, so
14 more
14
drones.
Yeah.
the potential was there to do some serious damage with these Zealots, but yeah, he just never got to that base, and these run-bys delayed so much.
I have to say, Billowy's being pulled apart a little bit here. He's been delayed for so long. We saw his minerals go up to nearly 700. Once again, they are. He's just not building it. He's so supply blocked because he was dealing with that attack that was bound to fail with how long it was delayed.
Yeah, he's kind of having like a brain explosion or something. He's just not macroing behind this. He's so rich.
Yeah, like, he's not adding any tech. Like, I think that's maybe the thing. He's like, do I add a Robo here? Does that make sense? Do I take a third base, or do I add, like, a Stargate? Like, maybe I
like-
need a Twilight Glass? I don't even have a Forge. Like, he's, like, all over the place.
He added his third base, but he's still got like 400 minerals. Finally starting to spend some of it, but we don't see tech yet.
He's, like, just made pure Zealots the entire game that haven't really accomplished anything for him just yet.
He finally made tech, but he made it right in front of an Overlord, so not the best position.
No, definitely not. We're seeing KassiA get it a little bit supply blocked here as well. Actually, very supply blocked. It's going to start
this is
3
actually,
Overlords.
like, insanely supply blocked.
Yeah, but I mean, at the very least, pretty much all his bases are fully saturated. Going for a 4th base as well, so he's keeping his bases really well timed. You always want at least 1 base up on the Protoss, at the very least.
Yeah. Now, my concern for KassiA is just that he drops the ball with the lead that he got from having these bases up, uncontested for so long. Maybe either with a control mistake or just not macroing perfectly, like we saw with the Overlord issue earlier, the supply block.
Yep, I agree completely. And he has to be very careful in any sort of timing. There is a lot of sentries now with these Zealots, and I mean, if there was a lot of Stalkers added, which I think we're going to see a 3 base for the Stalker timing, which could possibly do a lot of damage, but we are already seeing Hydras coming out. And Hydras plus 1, plus range, can do very well against Stalkers.
Yeah, no Colossi for a long time with that Robo only a third of the way done right now. A bunch of gates being added. He does have a lot of sentries, but the sentries are not the damage dealers against a heavy amount of Hydras. Against a small amount of Hydras, yes, they can do okay, but...
And KassiA is playing it so well. He's journeying up so far, so much behind this. He's got 4 bases pretty much fully saturated as the next round of drones come in. He's going to get his infestation pit as well. Again, the worry is he just needs to hold off this attack. And should be okay.
Yeah, exactly right. And he's actually going into Swarm Host, which is just as good. Or a fantastic tech to go against sort of Blink Stalker.
Yeah, it's like the same reasons. No
they
Colossi.
actually, yeah, they cannot do anything against this. No Colossi means just no chance, essentially.
I mean, what he needs to do once he sees this to respond is to go into a second Robo, I feel. Warp Prism, not a terrible choice because it's going to give him the ability to harass a little bit and tax the multitasking of a slow army that you have with Storm Host. But he looked like he wanted to take a 4th base. He got denied by KassiA there. Because that gold base is going to be mined out pretty soon.
Yep, very, very soon, actually. Getting pretty low on minerals. But, I mean, yeah, 4 bases up and going into Swarm Host like this very comfortably. Yeah, he's not in really any sort of problem, and we are definitely seeing a Blink Stalker roll in here.
Yeah, I think so. This is almost like...
I mean, if the moment he sees these Swarm Hosts, I definitely think he needs to add a second Robo and go for Colossus hardcore. He needs them so desperately. And he sees them, and he's like...
Let's see how he responds here.
Looks like he's going to go around, which is probably the best option for his position right now.
If he can catch these Swarm Hosts, that would be amazing for him. But he's got to like blink on top of Colossi. I mean, on top of Hydras here to do that without Colossi. All right, here we go. Zealot in the main, and he's going to bring a lot more with that where that came from with all the gates he added. Few Hydras though see this, and he should actually be able to deflect this. It's not a lot of Hydras, but it's going to buy him enough time to bring the rest of the Hydras in. He's also got Spines. Easy hold here.
Yeah, it should be, as long as he brings back some units, but still, that's distracting him at the 3rd base.
Yeah, big blink over here towards the 3rd. Good force fields to hold off those Locusts. And he will actually snipe that base.
Yeah, he could very well snipe and mass recall out if he needs to, but I don't think he even needs to. He just needs to leave.
Yep. Well, he may want to get those sentries out of there.
We might see some force fields here.
They're about to time out. Okay.
All right, so he's fine. So that was an easy 4th base there. Very nicely done.
Oh my God! This is so bad for KassiA. He's so exposed here, but that wave of Locust is well timed. Can he time warp this and chase? He decides not to because he's surrounded on multiple fronts with Hydras and Roaches.
Gets them out, and we do see a second Robo added, so it's going to be 2 Robo Colossus, which is the perfect answer to what he sees. He needs Colossus desperately. He's trying to get a 4th base up at the same time, and we do see a Hive on the way, so there's going to be Abducts very, very soon with the Vipers.
Yeah, and that Spire is almost done too for Corruptors. So,
yeah. So it's definitely going into that late game composition with Swarm Host, Viper, Corruptor.
Billowy needs that 4th base up because he needs to have the gas to be able to also maybe add some Stargates in here, I feel, and get some Void Rays out, because without those, he is really going to struggle against his opponent's comp. This Colossus better not rally into those. That was scary.
Very scary. Getting rid of the creep, which is actually very, very important.
Yeah, these 2 bases over here are scouted to the left side, the remake on that hatch, and this one is actually forced to cancel, barely. As you guys could see, like the Zealots were like dead right after the cancel on the remake.
And KassiA actually, right after his high finishes and that Spire, he goes straight into Greater Spire here. So gonna want to go for those Brood Lords.
Yeah, no Stargate on the map whatsoever. This is actually a perfect transition. Going straight into fast Brood Lords.
And he's been really diligent about scouting everything, so he knows this. And these Roaches from the back trap this army. Force fields are so important right now. Everything that Billowy does really hinges on that. And the Locusts are starting to actually get into that gold base. Probably not the most pivotal base to kill because it's almost mined out, but the infrastructure here of these gates is kind of important.
Warp's in there to block, but still he's got to deal with this whole army. He's going to go over there now. He's going to delay any push that he wants to go for. In the meantime, he's sending more units down to the south. I'm not sure what those are.
Zealots, I'm pretty sure.
No, KassiA is going to the 4th base, but that's right as well. Billowy is going for harass at the bases of KassiA. Going to have to cancel those.
Looks like some Roaches over here. Maybe actually going to kill this base. He needs a recall or something. I don't know. He cannot afford to lose this base. If he loses this, I mean, if he loses this base, that's bad too. But more importantly, this, he needs a recall. It's too late. The base is gone, and he's going to kill these Roaches, but doesn't really matter too much for KassiA, who's got a great bank and is making 7-8 Brood Lords right now, and additional Queens for Transfuses.
Wow, he is in such a dominating position now. KassiA playing a great game here. I'm really impressed.
He's looking really good. He's looking good.
So damn good. And yeah, this is a perfect follow-up. Brood Lords is the perfect choice here. So he's looking to close this game out for sure, as long as he doesn't make any too big mistakes, like losing these Swarm Hosts. He's got to be very careful here.
Well, he hasn't lost any of them yet, but now the Brood Lords come in here with a bunch of Hydras as well.
So much Hydra support. There's no Void Rays, there's no Tempest, and there's no Answer. for the Broodlords. They're starting to pick away now at these units from far away. The next wave of Locust is going to make this so difficult for Billowy to actually engage, and here they come.
Yeah,
he has to retreat.
Back off.
And he may even lose his Mothership Core if the Hydra's targeted. So close.
They're trying. He gets it.
Just so much DPS in this Zerg army.
Yeah.
He's like Protoss Death Ball, more like Zerg Death Ball.
Oh, we see it blink in there, getting rid of some Broodlords.
Oh, there come the Locusts, though, and still just not enough. Barely not enough, and now the Locusts are barreling down on this Protoss army.
It's all he can hope to do with the composition he has, but it's just too much. The Queen's there for transfuses as well. Even Corruptor's in the mix now to deal with all these Colossi, which is basically all he has at this moment.
It's the perfect composition to beat this. He only brings the Hydras in when the Stalkers blink forward, and when they do, the Hydras do their damage. He doesn't fight them otherwise because there's so many Colossi in this army.
Yep, and I mean, Colossus can only do so much against this. They can only hold on for so long. These Broodlords are just lobbing away at them, doing so much damage. Oh, this is kind of a little bit of a bad position for KassiA, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, Billowy just doesn't have the bank to be brave enough to actually engage this.
I mean, he spent all his money on his blinking Stalkers, and he's only just got enough now to kind of buffer for the Colossus. And I feel like it's just a matter of time now. There's simply no answer to it. You cannot be making ground units against these Broodlords.
Yeah, the Zealot harass he's going for just looks a bit pathetic at this point. It's not getting anything done. Big blink forward here again, gets tries to get something done, really doesn't. And 6 more Corruptors on the way. He blinks forward here, but here come the Hydras again. Always wait until the last second when the Stalkers blink in, then he fights it. So the Colossi can't actually, and then see, he pulls them back. Every time when the Stalkers get back, he knows he's not going to fight those Colossi with his Hydras. Great control here from KassiA. Now he's getting a bit ahead of himself. Needs to target those Broodlords, I would say.
Yeah, getting him way too ahead of himself. He's got to be very careful. Going to see a blink in. Going to lose 1, maybe 2. No, just 1.
So it's just those Locust waves that keep coming.
Yeah.
Without the Locust there, it looks like it's like a fair fight for the Protoss to take.
Oh, move command.
Whoops.
Oh boy. Loses so many of his Stalkers there as well.
I mean, if we saw a Stargate behind this, or 2 Stargates making Void Rays, he could very well come back into this with some great engagements. But as it is, he's kind of just continually getting whittled away.
Focus on this hatchery over here. He is going to take that. KassiA still needs to be careful of what's going on at home. He has to defend that stuff.
Yeah.
Then again, his own gold base is, well, the buildings over there are going to be taken down.
He's spending all of his gas on High Templar and Archons, which are great if they can get underneath this army, get on top of these Swarmos, but there's just so much zoning.
It really feels like it's just like a major buffer. Like, just needs to have them in front just to take damage, because they're not really going to do much in this situation.
They're not even able to fight here and get into the front.
Yeah.
Now he's starting to participate with them a little bit, and here we go.
Might be able to push through.
He's got a lot of Colossi this time, and those Queens here starting to go down now, and he uses his target. He blinks forward, targets the Broodlords down 1 by 1. Those Colossi don't have vision of the Swarmos. He needs those observers. They're a bit too slow, and that's actually going to allow KassiA to push him back here. That was so close. Had he had an observer there, could have been a totally different story.
Yep, absolutely right. I mean, that was the one opportunity he had to really get rid of a large chunk of those swarm hosts.
It was an amazing position. He was right on top of them.
Oh, now he's going to lose 1, maybe even both of his observers.
Well,
ooh, maybe.
Oh, it tries to get a good angle here, but it's never going to be as good as the one he had before. Still trying to get down, though, starting to pick off that Broodlord, and the bank of KassiA is mostly depleted right now, so every unit counts.
Yeah, the big thing that remains still is a lot of Colossi back there. You know, they're still doing great AoE damage. Still got the +3 on his Stalkers. Like, KassiA is forced to move back here. I think that's a good idea. He's got to regroup, I think.
Yeah, he was really missing out on Vipers with this composition. Really needs to pick off the Colossus. Oh, could do a blink in on these. Decides not to, just to fight the Locust. And I mean, 3 Colossus is enough to fight Locust. 4 is a bit more luxury. And
he's about to have that 4th one, too.
So he can actually start pushing on this.
The luxury Colossus.
The luxury Colossus to make it
It's got gold plating.
Yeah, make it a little bit easier. Has aircon.
Well,
and we got a 4th base going up.
That's important.
Very 5th. Yeah, 4th base.
5th, whichever you want to call
kind
it.
Kind of a 4th.
It's
kind of a 5th.
It's the 5th base. It's the 4th Nexus, but it's the 5th base.
Yeah.
What have you to the bottom right, which is really going to be like his 2nd mining base in a moment as the natural is starting to be depleted. These Zealot run-bys are trying to get past the spines, but he doesn't actually target, so they just go right back to them. If this base isn't scouted, this could be the way that Billowy gets enough gas to switch into that Stargate tech.
Yeah, and he really needs to start switching into that tech for sure. The amount of corruptors is going to
Plus Vipers.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge problem for these Colossus. And Abducts are going to do a lot of work.
Yeah, he actually almost just can't even bring his Colossi to the fight. Like, they can't even get close.
Yeah, he's going to have to like constantly be kiting back.
I don't think he saw the base still the bottom right. This was an important move. He loses a few Zealots for it, but like, it does stop the scouting.
Yeah. And it's very important that he has Templar, for sure, getting rid of, trying to feed back the Vipers, but at the same time, I mean, without the Void Rays there, it's just like half an army. It's like half the counter.
Well, he sees the base now with the Roaches, but he is denied.
Yeah.
Good game sense here by both players.
Following
Oh,
up
here
with
come
some
those
investors.
Corruptors, and there's going to be an Abduct. High Templar way too far away. First Colossus goes down for free, and that Storm certainly does not make up for it.
He misses basically both of those Storms. Such a good spread on the Corruptors as well. Storm really not doing much damage. Those need to be re-rallied.
This starts to seem like it may be the beginning of the end for Billowy. He's lost control of this location on the map. So now Swarm Hosts and Locusts are going to be rallied towards his base constantly. Even a few Infestors now being added to the mix. Total air control goes to KassiA here with all of these Corruptors. Plus, he has those Vipers for a very important feedback, or Abducts. He has to avoid the feedbacks. And oh, look at this.
Oh, very, very nice. If you can get like the Templar Archives, or maybe, oh, it's in both bases, getting all the gas probes, which is very important at this point because the Protoss has no gas whatsoever.
Look at the gas.
Yeah. Very, very
100
nicely
gas.
played.
He's able to clean it up, but like you mentioned, it's really about killing those probes.
Yep. Probes are all gone. No more gas for you, Billowy.
Well, this should be enough to defend this, at least buy enough time for the static defenses, or rather for the units to come back with those static defenses. 10 Broods! Pretty
Again.
expensive, but man, he's got a bank to make up for it.
Yeah.
15-16.
Look at that gas.
He's
Why
like,
not?
you just never made a Stargate, I guess.
It's like, well, I guess I'll go back into Broods, seeing you're not making anything to deal with them. I mean, it's like the easiest thing ever. And yeah, it's going to be a very cruisy fight after this. I mean, that's like 16 Broods.
Yeah, that's like a Sen amount of Broodlords. I remember there was like a famous game that Sen lost. I think it was like the NASL third place match or something where he just like, he like made like 30 Broodlords or something and died to Void Rays. That was a long time ago, but I mean, that
This
is
is a flock of Broodlords.
That's like, there's like more Broodlords than there are monkeys in Wizard of Oz going to find Dorothy, like in this Broodlord pack, man. He's like running away from Stalkers. No, why would I do that?
He's like fighting with like a
He's
third
like,
of
I
his
have
army.
more Broodlords than you have Stalkers.
Yeah.
You can fight me?
Oh,
yeah,
Blinding
right.
Cloud.
Blinding Cloud goes down. And
Even Fungals here.
too. Everything goes KassiA's
Locust.
way.
And it's just a matter of time until we see a GG, I think.
Yeah, Locust, Broodlords, Swarm Host,
Pulls the Colossus.
pulls a Colossus. And GG. KassiA takes his second win in a row here in Pro League.
Oh, boy.
Uses the wrong GG again, guys.
Oh, that's
He
important.
fixed it, though. I don't know if that
I don't think it counts.
fixes it. Like,
Does it fix it?
I don't know.
think so.
But Prime.
that's really big.
Prime
KassiA,
Prime losing more points from like warnings than they are in games. Like, seriously.
well, KassiA with that win is going to tie it up. And guys, we're going to another ace match.
Oh my
Double
God.
ace match.
Double ace match.
The
night.
dream.
The dream is here.
Double ace match is like a double cheeseburger. Like, if you have a cheeseburger, it's great, but if you have a double cheeseburger, there's so much more cheeseburger there.
I guess that's a good thing. Yeah.
It's true. So
Wow.
much more cheeseburger.
So what are we going to see? We're going to see Terra versus Hiva, maybe?
Honestly, I think we're
I
either
think-
going to see
yeah, I think-
Marine
I think
King.
you're right.
Marine King will come out most likely.
I
It's going to
think-
be super.
well,
they
super
could
100%.
they could pull out KassiA.
I'm going to say Marine King versus Dongregyu.
I think that's the best prediction here.
They've sent out super so many times in these matches.
But it is Mario go around.
Yeah, I
That
think
is
it's
true.
I think it's going to be super DRG, but KassiA could be used, maybe. I mean, sorry, Marine King DRG. Super could also be used. If it's Marine King versus DRG, though,
That'd be a great game, actually.